So news item number 2, Scott, is enterprise content management becoming obsolete and irrelevant? This comes from CIO.com, and with the proliferation of cloud-based storage solutions and the advancement in big data, the demise of content management as a platform seems inevitable. That's what people are saying. That's what the article's quoting. What do you think?
So I don't necessarily agree. Certainly, if we're talking about shifting, if all that ECM is me as an employee being able to access my documents in the cloud, then certainly there are solutions out there that have become both cheaper and better in terms of enabling me to be able to do so. From any mobile device, you can look to a box, you can look to a Dropbox, you can use a number of those. I don't know that that is the only use case, however, that ECM was ever solving. I mean, maybe that's all it was used for, but it was sold on the promise of more than just providing access in that way. Think about how it's used to basically take lots of unstructured data and structure it as much as possible with metadata and all sorts of information. And think about, verticals like pharmaceuticals, where you really need a lot of access to that. You're talking about, drug discovery over time and all of that. I think there's an awful lot more use cases there, workflows, all of that for beyond just allowing employees to have access to this stuff.
So how do you get over it, though? Because some people would say the traditional ECM solutions aren't really cost competitive because all these guys coming out right now who handle the bulk of what people are looking for, they're obviously offering it at a much lower price.
It's valid, and I think it basically makes the point that then the ECM solutions, traditional as they were, those larger ones, basically have a number of use cases that they can continue to hone and improve, like case management, and that they can then focus on a few vertical sorts of companies that basically apply to them. And for the masses that were using ECM as merely kind of what file sync and share offers today, then I think you'll see them bifurcate a little bit. So I think there's a place for both of them, and many companies fully depend on all of the capabilities of their ECM solution, but while many don't, and they were just using it for those kind of more shallow use cases, then I think they'll continue to be answered by file sync and share.
So how does the cloud affect this, though, right? Because a lot of people would argue the shift to the cloud is what's driving a lot of this issue. Does that affect this? Does that really drive the dynamics here?
Oh, it definitely does. I mean, the shift to the cloud certainly does, and that's what the boxes are dependent on. But I think that, again, that's just about kind of making documents available for everybody is the biggest emphasis there. Because certainly you can store them locally if you're just trying to do traditional workflow management. But think about an annual report. An annual report has information from HR, from the finance side, from all the different product groups. Pulling that together into a single document is not something, for example, that you use enterprise file sync and share. That's a virtual document that you pull together using very significant capabilities offered by an ECM platform. So that's just one example. There's many others of virtual documents, workflows, that sort of thing, that today are not satisfied by file sync and share offers.
So that's really where it comes in, is get the workflow down, get that explanation out there. That's what people latch onto.
I think, like I said, now those use cases probably will be overcome by file sync and share, but today they're not. Today they're not having that. They're not answering that problem.
Got it.